Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am Becky. Today we're going to be working on project number 2 for the beach day card making workshop. So we have already set up what we are going to be using for this project. We got out our die cuts, we put our stamps on the blocks, we got out our inks, we got the pieces out that we need. Spoiler alert, I did miss a piece. So even though I prepared setting up, I still missed a piece. So there you go. I'm very sorry about that. That will be coming up here shortly. So we're going to go ahead and start out stamping our little popsicles right here. These are really cute. I like how they put that little heart detail in the middle, because if you'll recall, you can kind of see the van right there. The van has that same little heart detail in the center of it. I think that is so cute. I wonder if we could somehow make a design or card or layout or something and incorporate both the popsicles and the stamp. When you think we could do something like that, I don't know how those two go together, but perhaps we can figure something out to do those, because I love both of those images so much. Okay, we're going to go ahead and stamp one more on screen, and then we'll go ahead and move forward. So I am really surprised at how well these are stamping, or at how well I'm getting at stamping. Either way, this stamp set for some reason is going really well for me, and that's not normal, right? You guys remember seeing me struggle a lot with stamping. So I think I'm doing it enough now that I'm getting so good at it. And you know what? You know how it is with everything you do. The better you do at it, the more you enjoy it, right? Because who wants to do something they suck at? Nobody, unless they're seeing progress the more they do it, right? Okay, so this design does call for some faux stitching with your journaling pin at the top of those white cards. We're going to go ahead and mount those onto the red. We're going to mount them about 1/4 inch up. I am going to be using this art glitter glue to go ahead and put this down. I need to break down and just either get a new bottle, or which would be so much easier for me, or take the time to clean that the top of that bottle very, very well. Guess which one Lazy Becky's probably going to pick. Yeah, I'm probably going to buy a new bottle. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and do one more of those on camera, and then we'll go ahead and skip forward to our next step. You can see I do have the directions over there at the right. Now, even though I have the directions right in front of me, that does not mean I'm not going to mess it up, okay? That is not what that means. Here we're going to go ahead and put down the yellow strip. Now you can see in the guide, the yellow strip goes red, yellow, green. Yeah, I totally skip 1/4 inch, and I don't know why, and put yellow up. Why? I don't know why, but this is that card. Remember when we were cutting, I said there weren't enough zip strips? See how it calls in the little, what is it? The directions over on the right hand side. You can kind of see how there's that green at the very top. That's that zip strip we didn't have enough zip strips for. So we're going to go ahead and have to pick and decide what we're going to be using for that piece instead. Here I'm seeing how this background sets up, and when I'm trying to figure this out to see how it sets up behind, I realize I don't have any of the Sundance cardstock cuts. It's supposed to be that capri color, which is the blue, and then there's supposed to be some Sundance under it. Yeah, I totally don't have that. Here's where I'm testing out different papers, seeing what I'm going to use instead of that zip strip, because there isn't one. I am going to go ahead and cut this strip at about 1/4 inch. I'm gonna lay it on top and then totally change my mind about it. We're not going to end up using this, so this is just cutting this out. It's for nothing. Yeah, I lay this on there. See, and even here, why am I going up? I need to be going down, covering that white. I don't know what I'm thinking when I'm doing this a particular card. But anyways, this isn't going to work. So I'm going to go ahead and pull out the green again. Oh, wait. I'm getting frustrated. You can tell I had to move on to something else. That's what I do when I start getting frustrated. I move on to the next step that I know what I'm going to do. There, I was just going to rip off that Sundance, and I was like, no, I'm just going to ruin it. I better not. So you can see the corners kind of peeled up a little on it, but not all the way, just a little bit, because I was getting aggravated and thought I would just rip it off. However, I used art glitter glue to put it down, so that's not going to happen. I do end up taking this little scrap remnant I had left of this ball paper. You do have a lot of scraps left when you make the cuts, so there's plenty of options if you make a mistake like I did. Anyways, I am going to end up using the blue side of this. Right, like that. I think that looks good. I'm going to move this out of the way, see what it looks like on that paper. Because the paper, I mean, it does have the sapphire in it, of course. But the original called for that green zip strip, which, of course, we didn't have. So I am going to go ahead and go with the blue. I think it looks nice. Now, the piece that I cut it from, I think was 5 inches, 5.5 inches, something like that. So I just went ahead and cut them the lengthwise to 1/4 inch, and I'll just trim them all off like I'm doing with this one right here. Put it down too long and then just trim off the hangover bit. Now the other cards I do in the correct order, I believe. That one not so much. That's okay though. Here I got the stamp on here. It's our sentiment stamp. We already have put on the block in the previous video. So right here, I just am seasoning it with my skin. I'm making it. I've never used it before. So you know if it's good and seasoned if you look at it and it's not glossy. If it's not glossy, it's probably okay to stamp with. If it still looks like it's glossy on the underside of it, you're going to want to rub that on your skin just a little bit more. So this Party On stamp, it stamps really well. Really like that. Look at that. Party On. We're going to go ahead and pull in the popsicles, I do believe, and go ahead and start coloring those. I was going to draw the flowers onto that white back, but I need to get the popsicles on there first so that I know where to draw, exactly where to draw all the flowers. So my yellow is different. They called for golden yellow, I do believe, and I'm using the light yellow blend. I do not have that other color, so I used medium and then blended it out with the light. Now the stick also gets the same colors, kind of. Use dark and medium. Well, when I use dark and medium, that does not look like a popsicle stick. So I am going to go on the hunt for my marker bag and find more of a brown, because I know I don't have that golden yellow. Actually, I don't know that. I might have that and I might not have found it yet. But for right now, I know I don't have the golden yellow. So I'm going to go ahead and test this one out. What color is that I pulled out? That is the tan blend. So right there, I was using the medium and the light. On here, I'm going to go ahead and go over the yellow that I already did on the stick. I'm going to go over that with the light as well and put that to the side. Now what that means is, because one of them is going to be different, right? The stick's going to have the yellow and the tan on it. I'm going to do another one that way so they can be on the same card so that, you know, they don't look different. So I'm going to have two that way, and the rest of them will just have the tan stick. I am going to color the yellow at the bottom of this other one the same way. I'm using the mid-tone. You can see it's going to be darker a little bit over there on the left-hand side of the popsicle. And then we're going to blend it in with the light tone. Again, these are the Spectrum Noir markers. They've got 3 tones. One end is light, one end is dark, and the center is a mid-tone. So you get a very good blend every time. I really love these markers. We are going to do the top bit of that popsicle with the True Blue. We're going to use the medium of the True Blue blend, and then we're going to blend it in with the light. So we're going to do just a little bit on the left hand side, and we're going to blend it in with this light. Perfect. We'll do that one more time on this other popsicle sticks. I'm actually going to be doing that 7 more times, but I'm only doing 2 right now on camera. Again, we'll go ahead and blend that out with the light. Super cute. Now the heart in the center calls for coral. So we're going to just kind of stipple it a little bit. We're just kind of dotting. We're not really scribbling or running our marker side to side. And the only reason why is because that's such a small area, right? I'm kind kind of afraid. So I do about a third of the heart with the medium, and I do the rest of it with the light. So our popsicles are done right there. I'm going to go ahead and see about the background of this card. I am using this Capri strip is what it calls for. I'm putting it, I think I flipped that around. I'm going to do the light side up. Nope. Oh, that is the light side. Okay. I'm going to use a little bit of art glitter glue on the dark side, and we're going to have the light side up. So I am using this VersaMat to get my little strip straight right there. Now it calls for the, what is that called? Sundance, a half-inch strip of Sundance goes underneath that Capri. Well, apparently I didn't cut that, so I do have a 1/2 inch by 12-inch strip. So I'm going to go ahead and apply my glue to that beach ball paper and just lay this strip on top of it and trim it down to size after it's adhered. Again, on this one, we're putting the light side up. And we'll just trim off the excess. This is going to be enough to finish all 4 cards. No, it's not. I don't think it is. I think I might need to cut another piece. I might have just fibbed. It's okay, guys. It's okay. I do that sometimes. We're going to go ahead and commit to the placement of this. Now, I'm not really going by the directions right at this point. I'm just kind of putting it down how it looks like it's down to my eye right here. I don't know what the measurement says. Okay, so the popsicles are going to go here. One of them is going to go flat onto the page, and the other one is going to be popped up on some foam tape. So we're going to go ahead and put the one on the left down with some liquid adhesive, and then we'll pop this one up on some foam tape. Super cute. Now I am actually going to add a little bit of foam tape to the stick as well. You see I had a little bit extra there. I cut that a little too long, so I'm just going to the extra bit, I'm just gonna cut that down and use it for the stick as well. That normally, if that piece I cut would have been the right length, I would not have even bothered with putting foam tape underneath the stick part. However, since I had extra, why not? So here we're going to go ahead and draw the flowers on the white card. This is one of the first steps in the directions, but you can see here we kind of are saving that for the last. These flowers are just an X with a line drawn through the center. I am going to be using the light shade on my coral marker to just put a little dot in the center. Now the directions, you do that with the golden yellow. I think you use the light golden yellow, and then you do the dot with the dark. However, I don't have the gold yellow blend markers, and my dark on my light yellow, not all that dark. So I did try it over to the side, and you couldn't really tell. So we're going to go ahead and commit to the placement of this. Again, that glue bottle, guys. I gotta do something. It's just, you know what? I like to do the stuff in my craft room that's fun to do. I don't want to do all the boring stuff. I don't want to clean my glue bottle or my desk, which I have to do that too. Did you see how many times I've had to pull out that ruler to get rid of smudges? Yeah, I don't want to do that stuff. It's not fun. Making is the fun part. Gosh, dog. I need a personal assistant. Okay, so this calls for a stripe. Yeah, look, another smudge. This calls for a stripe with the green marker above and below. Can you see that over on the sample or the directions over on the right hand side? It also calls for some stamping at the bottom. Looking at that, I don't like it. I am going to go ahead, I don't like that stamping on there. I am going to go ahead and try the lines. So I'm using my ruler and I'm going to just draw these lines. Of course, I picked my pen up. Rookie mistake, don't do that. And then I'm going to draw the other line down at the bottom. And this looks terrible. In my opinion, this looks absolutely terrible. It looks silly, I think. So I go ahead and get the coral out. I'm like, we have to do something with this. So I do get the coral out, and I end up making dots, but below the green line on the top. Of course, that still looks ridiculous to me as well. So we don't match it at the bottom. Oh, no, I fib. We do match it at the bottom. However, when I go off on my own, after I make this first one, the last 3 are not going to have that marker strip on there. And also it's going to have, you know how we did the faux stitching on that white? We're going to do faux stitching around the white that is at the top and bottom. All this marker work with that line and these dots, no. I think it looks silly. So we're going to change that up as well. I don't know if I show you how I changed it up, but definitely the next video you will see how I changed it up. So here I got another smudge. Of course I did. Now I think we're just about done. I think we're going to move on to sequins. Yeah, I go ahead and pull the sequins out. I'm going to go through them off camera because you can see how little they are. They're different tones of silver. We got the matte, we got the shiny, we got clear, we got white. So it does take me a little bit of time to pull out the ones I want. I went with the shiny silver ones, large, medium, and small. So that's what we're going to put down on these ones. All right, guys, we have about 50 seconds left. I want to thank you so much for joining me today. If you'd like to support my channel, please go to beckybidding.closetomyheart.com. It is linked down below. Also, it is the end of July. My upline did issue us a challenge to sell $250 or 10 orders by the end of this month. If you'd like to help me with that challenge, that'd be great. beckybidding.closetomyheart.com. It is, what is today? Is it July 28th or 29th? I don't know. I just know I don't have very much time to get to that goal. All right, guys, I want to thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you next time. Bye, guys.